Opening round of the Farmers Insurance Open from La Jolla, California. Site of last year's U.S. Open. Looking pretty good in terms of the scoring conditions there at Torrey Pines. Playing the first two rounds of the North and South courses. The final two rounds we played at the South course is the tougher of the two. That's where Jon Rahm won the U.S. Open last year. They are playing Wednesday through Saturday due to the AFC Championship game being played on Sunday on CBS. So moving it up a day to get it completed by Saturday night. That's what the goal is here. Michael Thompson and Billy Horschel with absolutely phenomenal first rounds, both carding an 8 under. And how about Rickie Fowler as well? A 6 under 66 bogey-free round for Rickie. Consider he missed the cut last week at the American Express, and Rickie likes to get out there at the Farmers Insurance Open and have himself a round, and he's right in the mix there in third place after round one. All right, let's break down round one of the Farmers Insurance Open. Welcome to CBS Sports HQ golf analyst Kyle Porter and Doug Bell, who join us from the PGA Merchandise Show in Orlando, both locked into the golf, watching alongside. Rickie Fowler missed the cut last week at the American Express, now in the mix atop the leaderboard. Kyle, what did you see from good old Rickie in the opening round?
Well, he took advantage of what was the easier of the two courses. You know, he played on the North course on Thursday, and this was, you know, for Rickie, this was his best opening round at the Farmers Insurance Open in a decade. You know, this is a tournament that he plays a lot, but it's not necessarily a course that he's dominated over the course of his career. Obviously, he struggled over the last couple of years. It's good to see him bounce back and play well. It's exciting when Rickie's in contention, obviously. And, you know, I'm really interested to see what he does at the South course on Friday, where, well, he'll play the tougher of the two courses. South course, Doug, I'm sure we'll talk about this, but it played about 3.5 strokes more difficult on Thursday than the North course did. So, you know, 66 is a good number. It needs to stand up again on Friday, though, as he plays the more difficult of the two courses.
Well, last week he misses the cut at the American Express, played with Phil all 3 days, and that was his debut of 2022, so he knocked some ring rust off last week. I don't think there's any question about that. Where is Rickie Fowler right now? In a great spot. He and his wife celebrated the birth of a beautiful daughter 2 months ago. I mean, life is good. You saw him wearing those sunglasses. Those are prescription sunglasses he started wearing at the end of last season. The putting stroke was returning, and whether you're on the North or the South, if you can go bogey-free, shoot 66, that's pretty darn impressive. So I think Rickie Fowler's in a good spot, but we'll have to see what he does tomorrow. Again, the North course played 3 shots easier than the South course, and tomorrow he tackles what is the bear. That's South course tomorrow.
Prescription sunglasses, huh? No contacts.
Yeah.
He's not doing the contacts and then going with the polarized lenses.
Well, he experimented with contacts but didn't like the feel. So, yes, he wears the prescription sunglasses.
Hakeem, it's tough to get a sponsor for contacts. You can get it for sunglasses.
AccuView.
Contacts it's a more difficult sell. It's a more difficult sell.
I mean, look, the AccuView can get into the golf game. I mean, your guys at the merchandise show, why not? Give AccuView a call. I mean, get somebody a call. Shoot. I mean, heck, I've been wearing contacts forever. I couldn't imagine wearing prescription sunglasses to play on the PGA Tour. But Rickie's doing it well. He's a pro.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm sitting here talking about Rickie, which is still awesome as well. To tell you about who's talking about golf is Jon Rahm. He clearly was frustrated with the setup at the American Express. He didn't miss the cut like Rickie did last week. He is on the South course in the opening round. Solid opening round on Wednesday. It's where he won the U.S. Open last year. Kyle, when you take a look at the frustration from the American Express, and we know that playing golf angry isn't a good recipe, but do you see perhaps Rahm channeling that frustration into victory this week or a top 10 finish nonetheless?
Yeah, certainly I can see it. He's got a little bit of a psycho scorecard going on here on the back nine. Not a lot of pars there. You know, I think the thing, when I think about Rahm, Doug, is, you know, we talk a lot about his attitude and sometimes his frustration and his anger. He hasn't gotten less emotional over the course of his career. He's just been able to manage it better. It doesn't affect him for the next hole or the next 9 holes. It doesn't affect him for the next round or the next tournament. And to me, that's a sign of maturing. It's not getting rid of the emotion. The emotion in Jon Rahm, as we saw at the Ryder Cup, is part of what makes him the best player in the world. You got to have some of that in you. We saw that with Tiger over the course of his career. We saw that with Phil over the course of his career. He's just not letting it affect not only the next round or the next tournament, but even the next shot. And I think that, to me, is, coupled with how good he is at Torrey Pines. I mean, we've talked about it all week. He's been unbelievable on this golf course, and now he's got the shortest odds as we talk to win this golf tournament. We talked about it all week, and then I didn't end up picking him, which is shame on me for not doing that.
Well, he's the best player in the world for a reason, because he has no weaknesses in his game, and there aren't many guys on tour where you can actually make that statement. Remember out in Maui, the Century Tournament of Champions, he went crazy and still lost, finished second, small field. Then he comes to the American Express because it's one of those that he agrees to play in. He's tied in with his agency and that sort of thing. And he hates it because there's like 100 guys who can win because of the easy setup. So now he comes to a place that he knows he's going to be near the top of the leaderboard because it's so hard. Most of the players hate it because Torrey Pines is challenging. Not Jon Rahm. Hits it long, loves angles, hits it really high with the irons. Short game is phenomenal. Great imagination, like a lot of the Spaniards, a la Seve Ballesteros. And the putter is always there. So look for Jon Rahm again to have a great weekend on Saturday night. I'm telling you, Jon Rahm is going to be right there in the final back nine.
Well, his first round on the on the South course, and he'll get to play the South course on Thursday, which of course is the tougher of the two. That's where he won the U.S. Open. We saw Bryson DeChambeau on the North course in the first round. He drove the green on the par 4, which was pretty impressive. Those are just some storylines. We didn't have any embedded ball drama, Kyle. What did you think of the scoring conditions out there at Torrey Pines?
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. I thought it was super interesting that the North course was so much easier than the South. Normally, I just saw this from Justin Ray, who's obviously the stats guru on Twitter. He was talking about how, normally, Doug, the South course is about 2.5 strokes more difficult than the North. This year, it's about 3.5 more difficult. So these guys that, even though they're going to be 3, 4, 5 strokes back on the leaderboard, if you played the South on Wednesday and you're even 5 back of somebody that played the North, you're still in a good spot. As long as you take advantage of that easier North course on Thursday, and who knows what kind of weather they'll get. But as a player, you got to remember that. Even though I'm only 1 under, 2 under, 3 under, if I did that on the South course, I'm gaining strokes on those guys that shot that same number on the North course on Wednesday.
And we should mention Michael Thompson, who shot that outstanding 8 under round today. Now, here's the guy, has that full Grizzly Adams beard. When I saw him 2 weeks ago, I didn't know who he was. I'm like, who are you? And I realized if you bring the beard back, it's Michael Thompson. He's the only player on the PGA Tour who's an Eagle Scout. Think about that. So he earned his merit badge today. There's no question about it. I think it's a merit badge you get when you're an Eagle Scout.
What a stat.
Yeah. But Michael Thompson, listen, he's won twice before on tough tracks, the Honda Classic, and the TPC course in Minneapolis where he won the 3M Open is not an easy golf course. Really likes the way he's hitting his irons. I talked to him a couple of weeks ago. Not a surprise Michael Thompson is there, but again, as Kyle alluded to, now he goes from north to south, longer par 4s, much longer par 5s, more of a challenge. We'll see how Michael holds up tomorrow. But I had to get a shout-out for the former Alabama Crimson Tider, Michael Thompson.
I like that. Michael Thompson, Billy Horschel atop the leaderboard at 8 under. Plenty of guys in the mix. Kyle, who's a guy you project to climb the leaderboard in round 2?
Well, it's Joaquin Niemann. We've talked about the South course a lot. Joaquin played a pretty decent round on the South course. He's not gonna pop on the leaderboard after round 1. But the thing that I like about what Joaquin Niemann did on Wednesday in the first round, Doug, is he hit the ball great, and the putting was okay. It was average, but it wasn't. He didn't put his score together with the putter. And when we talk about things like that, we talk about the sustainability of the tee to green play. Putter can get hot for one round, it can go cold the next round. I like the fact that he didn't put this 69 together on the South course with just the putter. He did it from tee to green. I also like the fact that he didn't make any bogeys on the South course. That's an extraordinarily difficult thing to do early on, and I think he's in a good position to kind of pop on the leaderboard on Thursday and Friday.
The guy I like to make a move in round number 2 is Will Zalatoris. Again, he had a nice day on the tougher south side. 4 birdies, only that lone bogey at 14, which is a really hard hole, by the way. And he bounces back with that birdie on his final hole, the par 5 18th. Kyle and I were on yesterday, and I got some hits on social media like, hey, where's the love for Will Zalatoris? Because we talked about everybody but Will. I can understand why people get a little frustrated. I think he's the most talented guy on the PGA Tour has yet to win. Scotty Scheffler probably in that conversation too. But Will Zalatoris, wouldn't shock me to see him now keep playing well and contend for his first PGA victory later this Saturday at Torrey Pines.
Doug Bell, Kyle Porter breaking down round 1 of the Farmers Insurance Open from Torrey Pines. Men, thank you. Appreciate it. And for more awesome golf content, join Rick Gehman and his crew on the First Cut podcast. Kyle Porter, Mark Immelman, Doug Bell, Greg Ducharme, Jonathan Coachman alongside Cavalcade of Stars. You'll get tournament previews, including DFS picks and analysis. You'll also get round-by-round reaction to each PGA Tour event, including this one. The First Cut podcast, download and subscribe today. And as we mentioned, due to the AFC Championship game being played on Sunday, this year's Farmer Insurance Open is being played Wednesday through Saturday. You can watch third and fourth round coverage on CBS, 5 p.m. Eastern on Friday, beginning 4:30 Eastern on Saturday. We'll have post-run analysis right here on CBS Sports HQ.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.